We've been watching this market all morning. It seems a little mixed. We're saying flat, quiet. There's a lot of words you can use. Of course, we had Goldman becoming the second major bank to announce better than expected first quarter results. We heard from Wells Fargo those tentative results late last week. Yeah,
a lot of people putting two and two together and saying, hey, things are getting a little bit better. Who knows? Time will tell. Doug Flynn and Adam Johnson are both with us here on set to talk about the day ahead. We could start with you, Adam, in terms of the importance of this Goldman Sachs announcement. The call's going to start at the top of the hour, so only a few minutes away. The stock's down in the pre-market. You talked about earlier that was predictable. It's a dilutive measure. What does it mean for more on a more macro basis for everybody else that's involved here, banking and even broader than that?
Yeah, I like it. I like the financials right now. They're making money. Goldman's making money. Wells Fargo's making money. 6 banks have paid back TARP. This is all very positive. I mean, this is good. Are they making huge earnings? No. Are the earnings down from last year? Yes. But remember where we've come from.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's very positive. And as I say, I'm long the XLF.
Well,
yeah.
Doug, as we're watching the financials so closely, what are we missing in this market?
What, you mean in the financials?
Just in general.
Well,
I mean, we're so focused on Goldman Sachs, for example. Are there things that are moving or things that you're paying attention to that we should keep an eye on?
Yeah, I pay attention to what percentage the financials are of the S&P. So, for instance, if you go back 10 years ago, it was about 12% weighting. That was when the tech boom was going. Financials got up to almost 23% in 2006. And so when you look at that, you say, whenever something gets into the 20s, it can't possibly become 30 and 40% of the S&P. Well, it's now back down to about 12% of the S&P again. So
about right.
Yeah, so those are good signs. Well, actually, in the early 90s, it was 7% of the S&P. But it's a much more reasonable number. And to his point here is just that there's some opportunities there where it has a little bit of room to become a bigger piece.
Now, what's your guys' take overall on, you were saying this is all a good sign. I mean, is this a sign, maybe this is too much of a stretch, that this TARP thing actually, I don't know, kind of worked out the way it was supposed to work out? We got paid back with interest. In the money warrants for the government. I mean, not everybody's paid back
The government is making money, which...
Well, the government's us, right? I mean, it's taxpayer money, so it's not as bad as... We all screamed and yelled about it for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that bad.
And, here's something, and TARP has kind of evolved. No one... I mean, literally, think of how many different times it's morphed. But, and one of those sort of permutations that we have only come to realize recently is how onerous it is to try to pay back the money because there are these warrants, and where are the warrants valued, and does it cost you more to pay back than you thought? So I guess, which is what you're saying, has TARP worked? The fact that we, the taxpayers, are making money, yes, it's worked. And the fact that they're making it difficult to pay back, meaning banks want to give back the money as soon as they can, effectively says, get your house in order.
Right.
So far, that's what is working so far. Doug, real quick, Lloyd Blankfein, what do you want to hear from him today?
I want to hear a little bit more about the details on exactly, if it is just bond trading, you have to be careful because they can't possibly sustain that all the time. So I'd like to know a little bit more about the details in there. But, again, to earlier, they continually find a way to make money in different aspects, and maybe it's not bond trading in the next quarter.
We'll see. All right, thanks, guys. Doug and Adam, thanks to both of you for coming in. We're going to carry that call, by the way, in a few minutes live as part of Money for Breakfast. It'll be the Q&A. It's always the interesting part of these calls as to, to Doug's point, whether or not this is sustainable.
All right, that's it for Fox Business Morning. It's been another good one. We appreciate having you.
We always do. Money for Breakfast up next with Alexa. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you on the web at noon Eastern Time. Have a great day.